So they're changing how the world's first run is going to go, right?
Yep.
They're maxing the power level that Guardians can be, or that they effectively fight as for the raid. So no matter how hard you grind, in the first encounter of the Chronosaur raid, you're only going to be able to fight as a 700 light level Guardian.
Yep.
And then it's going to go up, I believe it's going to go up 5 light level for each encounter, all the way up to 720 for the final encounter.
Yeah, up to 720. So
I missed that part. It'll go 5 per. I didn't even know.
I'm inferring a little bit there.
Okay.
Okay. So they said
what
the
do
final
you know?
fight
Tell
power.
us.
The final fight power level will be 720. So
And
that
this
nobody
is
can get an advantage by going hardcore grinding.
Yeah.
Right, and it also gets rid of one of the major worries of people, which was having a whole other team and another team grinding outside of the raid, getting higher light, and then coming back in and being super powerful. Also, this is only going to last for 24 hours, so as soon as the 24 hours are up, you can get a light advantage over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, you can go. You can be fighting at 7:30.
Right?
Yeah, this is specifically for Worlds First.
Yep. But there's like a buff, if you will, or mode. It's going to say contest is active, I assume, when you're loading into the raid. Or maybe it doesn't say it. But
modifier in character or something.
Could be, yeah.
But they write it that way. It's capitalized. When contest is active, players will face an enforced challenge throughout the raid. But I that was the thing I said about Last Wish, because I got a little screwed on my power despite playing a ton of hours per day. Not 10 hours a day. I was playing 5 to 6 hours a day, and I was only like 5:30. I'm like remembering what were we grinding towards then. 5. Was that 4 something then? Jeez. I'm trying to remember Last Wish.
We were trying to get past 500 into like as high.
Okay.
In fact, I think it was like if you were 530 or 540, you were struggling going into that raid.
That was it.
Yeah.
So
was Briar at like 480 when Briar went in? I remember that struggle.
What?
No.
That's crazy. But anyway, I was like 530 something, and it bothered me because like 1, I had trouble getting in, but 2, I was like, they started to challenge you so much with the how much it got difficult, right? And I was like, if they were worried about you grinding too fast or too hard or whatever, and there were exploits and stuff, then why not just put like these caps on it?
Yeah.
So it's nice to see they, must have been thinking the same thing, or listen to the community feedback.
I think it's a great solution.
I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, I'm happy
in
about it.
concept, it sounds good.
Right.
But
they call out specifically like people who are like saving up power engrams and power rewards, stuff like that, and that's been a real effective tool in the past. In fact, I was planning on using that tool this time around.
Right?
I am using that tool this time
I'm still going to use it.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, you still want to enter the raid at roughly 7:15 if you can.
Yeah.
Like if you can.
Do you think that's going to be possible in 6 hours?
If you get lucky, yeah.
It's power per hour.
Power per hour.
Normally.
Yeah.
You're not going to see more than 1 per hour. Now, who knows what it's going to be like? Actually, it might be. Right now, it's quite a bit more, towards the end. But I was wondering, like I was doing my calculations, I was like, oh, that almost adds up. That if things go well, you'll be 706, 708. You'll be in there for when you start. I'm just making that up. Who knows what the power per hour will be? That's something I think about a lot. But my hope is they know what the average is, because that'd be the best experience. That they're like, you know what? Almost everybody who was 700 upon starting this, there's not going to be any weird luck and exploits, and like you're all going to be around 705 when you start, and then from there, there's a little bit of luck with the drops. But even then, you're getting power drops. So hopefully, you just don't end up with 3 helmets, in a row or something. I know, right? We've all been there. So I'm excited about it in concept, but I was wondering if you can take it far. Let's imagine that you can. Wouldn't it still potentially be a little bit of a problem in the later rooms? You know what I mean? Even though they have this cap that in theory, as you get to towards the 720, that if you did do something that brought you higher, well, it'll still pay off, because I don't think you're going to make it. I guess I personally don't think you're going to make it that high that fast, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
If you can get to 720, then definitely that's going to be an advantage, right?
Yeah, like meaning in the beginning, it'll keep you more capped. But then as it opens up, if you were able to, for some reason, exploit or get higher, I think potentially it'd still help you towards the end. But I mean,
yeah, we don't necessarily know what the enemy's light level is going to be. I would expect it's higher than 720.
Yeah.
right? Going
it's-
into the final boss,
100%.
735 or
We're
I actually-
expecting 735, honestly.
That's what, we were talking about. I am curious now that, because in my head, I was like, oh, I bet you we'll go in around 705 to 710. What do you guys what's your prediction?
I think if you can reach 710, then you're probably in a pretty good spot going into the raid, because you should get a drop from the raid, which will be a big, powerful one.
And you're saying 710 before, though, you get it. So 6 hours, make it 10.
If you get
levels.
the low-hanging fruits and do 3 characters as fast as possible, you should be able to hit about 710. Yeah. And that's like on average, not getting super, super lucky. If you get super lucky, you might be able to hit 715.
Yeah, we have so many sources of power. You know, we have the Ada bounties, we have Gambit, we have Crucible, we have, you know, all of the pinnacle weapons that you can kind of hold on to and then collect those as soon as it hits.
Yep.
So there's a lot of stuff that you can work on and get a good amount of power from.
Yeah, if you
stuff you
stagger
can
those
save.
pinnacle weapons, then you can actually keep on bumping up those weapon values. And then finally, when you bring it over to your main character, you get quite a bit of a boost with those weapons being boosted up
Yeah.
for when you're doing regular leveling. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I asked, because, like, I don't know. I'm used to thinking about it in more of the new, bigger content drop launches where it's a lot slower. So maybe it will be faster. I mean, Nem, what do you think?
I mean, even right now, they've mentioned that they're locking Last Wish and Scourge, so people don't have that advantage. But like Watts said, there's still a lot of different avenues, and you also have Shattered Throne that week as well. So if you're stacking bounties, along with everything else that you guys, along with everything you guys mentioned, with like the pinnacle weapons, if you haven't picked those up yet and stuff like that, I'm sure Shattered Throne is going to give you another boost, because that's I think you get,
it's like 3.
Yeah, it's you get as many drops from Shattered Throne like you would from Scourge. So
that's actually awesome. That's like a must.
Yeah. I think that's probably the last thing that I'm gonna hit up is gonna be.
Maybe
plus you'll have 6 people kind of ready to work together. So if you're smart, you just break up into 2 groups.
Yeah.
And kind of just grind together. Anything.
The only thing that could put a little bit of a spanner in the works is you have to do a bounty before you can get in the raid.
Right.
Yes.
Briar, do you want to?
That's a good segue.
Read that.
What a segue.
Yeah, I'll read it as soon as I can find it.
That's good. I love it.
I'm looking for it right now, Watts. If you have it handy,
it's under Power Surge in the main TWAB update.
Let's see. Yeah, okay. So Power Surge, instead of a set of bounties, a new Power Surge quest will be your jumping off point for Season of Opulence. You will need to complete this quest to access the new raid. Learning from Season of the Forge, this quest must be completed only once per account. After one character completes the quest, alternate characters will be rewarded with Surge gear at power level 690. So who knows what that quest is?
That's what I was wondering, because it's funny, they kept saying it in the update in this like disturbingly cautionary way, like if you don't complete the quest, you won't be able to get in the raid. And I'm like,
I think they just really want to make sure that people aren't like, what the hell, I can't get in the raid.
Yeah, that you hop on it for, like
we
what?
told you 12 times.
I honestly don't expect this to be like an in-depth quest. I expect it to be like
30 minutes or 40 minutes.
At most 30 minutes. Something that's like maybe a couple steps.
I hope that it also gives good power to those of us who are already 700. I mean, I'm sure it won't give us 690, right? But we don't know.
Actually,
meaning, is there a power at the end of this?
I just expect that quest to be something that actually unlocks the raid for you. So it's just you have to do it.
Right.
I'm not expecting any power from it.
That's a good question, yeah, because it does say it's a power surge, which normally is just the 690. So we're going to have to do something at the beginning for, be it 20, 40. Who knows? That's not going to give us any power. We're going to lose, potentially. Is that what you think? Or do we think it'll give us power?
Depends where it takes us. If it takes us into like doing Crucible or Gambit or anything like that, we will be getting rewards as we go.
Oh, good point.
But if it makes you go into Patrol, then you're not really going to be gaining much from that.
Yeah.
Or Lost
They do like sending us into Patrol a lot lately.
Yeah, we're going to be going a Lost Sector grind.
Maybe get that
Go get the final kill on 10
What if it's
captains
Callus's robots get dropped randomly throughout the planets, and you have to take them down.
Personally,
Oh my God, that'd be
I
so
would
cool.
love that stuff. I want
It's a great idea.
I want them to do more of that with the patrols. It's like
Yeah, I love
untapped
stuff
potential.
like that.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we got to finish this new quest. Did it have a name yet, or no? It's just the Power Surge quest. Is that all they're calling
Power
it?
Surge, yeah.
Yeah.
Power Surge, yep.
So what if this quest actually takes like the bulk of your time to complete?
Then you're going in at 700. Woo!
Oh my God.
Or like 702.
I mean, it's possible.
Prep.
That'd be hilarious if that was true.
It's possible that's another one of their strategies to keep the power not like.
People
Getting
going
out
in
of
at like
so
700.
the raid releases at 4, right? And the update should go live at 10. You know, some people it's going to take a little while to download and install that update.
Well,
there's
actually, they
often a
talked about
queue.
that.
Right.
That they're pushing the update live at 8 a.m. So you should have 2 hours to download it, get the copying done if you're on PlayStation, because that takes at least 30 minutes.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
game will be down entirely between.
It will
those
be
2
completely
hours.
down. So it will start back up at 10, and people should have 2 hours to get ready.
And then hopefully there's no problem with the server with everybody queuing up. But it is going to be a Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Precisely.
Hopefully it goes well. The last couple have gone pretty well.
They've
But
gone
there
really
is-
well recently, yeah.
Yeah, but I was happy to hear there's a little bit of something new. I mean, maybe it's like Scourge, where they added some tripwires to some paths, but we don't know. Maybe there's these Callus robots, like Watt said. We got to go do that.
I would love that.
But
Honestly.
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I mean,
about,
whatever it
definitely
is.
about Callus, right? They have Callus's face on all of the Season
Mm-hmm.
of Opulence stuff.
Yeah.
He's a really interesting character. I'm really glad that we had like a bad guy who we didn't just kill and now he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's got
It's a
more
fallen
character
sword.
than just a bad guy, right? He's got
Yeah.
he's got some depth to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's great.
There's some other changes that we should probably go over in the TWAB. Gambit bounties. They say we didn't want rewards from the Drifter to be one of the primary sources of power following his run as the central character for Season of the Drifter. As a result, power boosts received from Gambit bounties will decrease once you've achieved 700 power. They will decrease even further once you've reached 720 power. Gambit might not be the way you want to go right off the bat.
No, you want to go to Mr. Sweeperbot. He's got all the goodies coming into this
Right.
new content.
Prime attunements. On day one, Prime attunements will be reset to 2 charges for each player. So if you haven't played for a while, maybe you were trying to save Prime attunements up. Well, they're just going to be reset. So you can grind as much as you want the week before. You don't have to worry about resetting that. You'll receive 2 new Prime attunements, even if you were playing right up to reset. We want you to be able to play your favorite character without it impacting your power leveling strategy. And they talked about in the previous TWAB. The Chronosaur raid begins on day 1 of Season of Opulence at 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Yep.
That's 7 p.m. for me, so we're going to have to make this a quick raid, guys.
Don't
Just
even
quick
start
run.
with a
Quick run.
30 minutes speed run.
Let's get this world's first real fast.
Let's wrap this up. It's almost bedtime.
I mean, if it's like Scourge, you might get your wish, but we'll
True.
see. That actually still took me a while. Yeah. Newsflash, guys. I'm not going to help you out. No, we ended up still taking a while, and we did take a break for dinner once the world's first was kind of conquered. But Scourge was what? Was that like? How many hours was that? Do we remember?
That was a
It was
fast
fast.
one.
Pretty fast.
It was
2 or
pretty
3.
fast.
Right?
So yeah, but what's everybody's expectation? I'm expecting, frankly, something along those lines. Like, I don't expect it to suddenly be like.
It sounds like it's mechanic
Maybe-
based, so I'm assuming that it's going to be
It does.
like that, where it's as soon as people figure out the mechanics, then it's who can execute it the fastest.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
one
I
big
just-
boss and a couple mechanics.
Yeah, I hope it's not as
with
mechanical.
mechanics, though, it depends on the difficulty of the mechanics, too. I
Yeah.
mean, the last Switch mechanics took us a long time.
What
to
if it's
figure
just
out.
the vault 5 times in a row? Different vault, different.
5 volts.
What were you
Be in
going to
there
say now?
forever.
Oh, I just hope it's not as mechanical as Valkor, because that's probably like my least favorite raid. The Spire of Stars.
Do you
That
think
was
it's
a
just,
rough one for
just
us.
the
That's what I was
mechanics
like.
though were not as fun?
I don't know. It just takes too long. It's one of those things, kind of like Oryx. If like one person messes up,
Yeah,
it's over, and you got to start over
Yeah.
again.
The
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah, and
Didn't
I
snipe
wasn't
the
too
night.
crazy. Yeah, I wasn't too crazy about the hot potato mechanic, but yeah, I just
I
hope it's
like
not
the hot potato mechanic. I thought that was fun.
super intensive.
We'll see. I mean, I'd be really happy if it turned out to be something as big as Wrath of the Machine or something.
Mhm.
I don't expect that. I mean, we're at the end of this season of content. We know that they're clearly gearing up for something. It seems. So
Yeah.
they've had to do what Last Wish and Scourge, and now this, all within 1 year.
Yeah, you
so
see,
it's
that's
we've
what's
gotten quite a
interesting.
few raids.
I don't really see them putting in a big raid and only having it be relevant for 3 months. You know?
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's going to be more
That's a
than
good
a
point.
raid lair. Like Scourge, I would say was more than a raid lair in terms
Yeah,
of an
100%,
experience. But I don't expect it to be that big, massive content update type of raid. I would expect maybe 4 hours ish kind of raid experience.
Not a Last Wish type of raid.
No.
Yeah, Last Wish
Yeah.
was.
Last Wish was a big boy raid. Yeah.
Although they
Yeah.
could just throw in a mechanic that people just can't figure out, and
Yeah.
then people be stuck on
Could
it.
be.
yeah. What if they just put Niobe Labs smack dab a new one?
Oh
in the middle?
no!
With no clues.
And then they
at all.
forget to give you one of the clues, and that would really take a while. They clearly are confident, by the way, because they're saying, "Oh, within 24 hours we'll reset everything." Like that.
Yeah,
They
that's a
actually
sign.
haven't ever said when they believe it will be beaten by. They've never put a number on it, but this puts, in my mind, it puts a number on it. It'll definitely be done
Or
in 24
they're like,
hours.
you can't do it in 24 hours. You can get more powerful than the raid.
Oh gosh,
So-
yeah. I
It's
mean,
an actual
sure. I bet
community-wide gear check.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, I don't think it'll be that long of a raid.